Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy III and Final Fantathon, our quest to casually Let's Play every single Final Fantasy mainline game. We're starting off as a Chocobo. I didn't even realize we saved on the Chocobo, so we are one with the Chocobo. We had an amazing week this week. It was Fan Appreciation Week. We played all sorts of fan-donated games. Suikoden 2, Lufia 2, what else did we play? Star Realms, Micromages, Vandal Hearts, all sorts of amazing games that people have requested and donated over the years. Lufia 2 in particular, I had an amazing time with, and I can't wait to play more of that. That might have to be the game we play once Final Fantathon is over, because that was a jam. I liked Lufia 2 a lot. Suikoden was also really fun, but kind of made me want to play the first one. I wanted to kind of see what the first one was like, because the second one kind of just goes. But, oh, and Vandal Hearts was really fun too, also. But here we are. I forget where we were going. Can someone jog my memory here? We were... were we going to that town? I forget what our quest is right now. Like, what our goal is right now. Anybody remember? According to Napaz, before we started, he said that Death has just defeated Blue, as is on his way to the world's throat to learn the ultimate technique, Jack Shot. Then he can fight the final boss, Martha Stewart. So, I guess we're going to find Martha Stewart. Something crystals. Should I watch the last episode? Does no one remember? We're gonna have to watch the last episode. No one remembers. Let it be known that it wasn't my fault this time, because no one else remembers. Everyone that makes fun of my bad memory. Everyone else forgets also, so. Okay, I remember we got the giant Chocobo, but that was just a side quest. I know, it's been the longest week ever because we've been doing fan games. That's why I forget. What was the last, thing we did? I was just kind of going around checking out buildings and stuff. Like towns I hadn't been in. Okay, this dungeon, the tower dungeon, was blasting us, right? Okay, it's that desert. We gotta go to the desert. Okay, I remember now. We were getting blasted by that dungeon, so we just kind of left and was like, let's just do some side questing. And we found the giant Chocobo. Alright, I remember now. Thanks, guys. Let it be known, chat also has goldfish memory. So before we started, we were talking about fixing my wife's computer, and Venom had said that he watches YouTube channels where they fix stuff, like game consoles and computers and stuff. And I've never, oh my god, the damage. I've never watched repair channels before, but now that he mentions that, I feel like I should, because I think it would interest me quite a bit. I've always been interested in fixing stuff on my own, because it's so much cheaper. It saves you a lot of misery. My brother, my stepbrother, he told me that I should, like, fix everything in my house when it breaks, or, like, try to fix everything. Like, if anything breaks in my house, before calling anyone, just, like, YouTube how to fix it and see if it's something I could do. Because more often than not, it's something stupid you can fix and it'll save you, like, a few $100s. And he rents out houses. So he, like, goes in and fixes stuff in the house and then rents them out. And he said that so much of the stuff he did on his own and saved so much money, only hired people to do, like, really crazy stuff like electric and plumbing and stuff. And then would flip the houses and rent them out. And he said it saved so much money just YouTube and stuff all the time. And so that kind of inspired me to try to be more that way. When we sold our first house, one of the things they had to do, you get like a laundry list of stuff that they like tell you got to do before you can sell the house. And one of them was replace the toilet that we had. And so I decided I'd do that. That was something I could do on my own. And so I went out and bought a toilet and basically just YouTubed how to replace toilet. And that was an adventure, but I did do it. I replaced the toilet myself. Took out the old one, put in the new one. It worked. Don't know for how long. Might have been like one flush and it exploded or something, but I don't know. I sold the house. Not my problem. Your house now. Yeah, oh, that's another one too, with cars. You know, there's a lot of stuff with cars that you don't want to mess with. Like, you don't really want to mess with, like, the motor or the engine or, like, anything really big if you don't know what you're doing. But there's some stuff, like, I had a fuse go out in my car. And at first thought, I was thinking, like, I don't know how to replace a fuse in a car. That sounds insane. Like, that sounds like you gotta take off some panel and get in the electric of the car and, like, know which cords go where, and it just sounds, like, awful. So I was ready to, like, take it to a place, and my father said, you should give it a shot. It's really not that hard. So I went to the store and bought a fuse. And then I literally Googled my car and the fuse. And some guy had a video with like 2 views. He was just like, here's this exact fuse in your exact car. It is just like you peel this and you plug it in and you're good to go. They did that and it worked. And the fuse was like $10. And I guarantee if I had taken it to a place, they would have been like, well, first of all, the fuse is going to be $1,000 because we got to get it from Africa. Like, I don't know why they grow fuses in Africa, but they do, and that's what you need for your car. Second off, while we were replacing the fuse, the whole front of the car fell off. We don't know how that happened. Somehow, you know, we were walking around trying to get to where the fuse was. The whole bumper just came off. So that's going to cost you. That's how those places are. Instead it was like $10. So yeah, if you're, you know, and trust me, I am terrible with my hands. Like, I touch stuff and it explodes. But if you can at least be confident enough to give it a shot, it can save you money. I don't claim to be any good with building stuff or fixing stuff, but some of it's a lot easier than it looks. Probably the most complicated thing I've ever built is my computer. But that doesn't really take, like, much, you know, hands-on. Like, you just gotta do some screws. It's more just knowing what goes where. I don't know if I'd be confident enough to fix a mower. I feel like I would, like, cut my hand off or something. I don't like mowers, dude. They worry me. Too dangerous. blade spinning. It spooks me. I'm liking Final Fantasy III quite a bit, but I do have to admit, it's one of my least favorite of the series so far. I'm still liking it, but it's just, you know... I do get that feeling that A, this port is not the best, and B, I'd rather be playing most any other Final Fantasy game. But I'm still loving it. Like, I'm still having fun. I do not dislike this game. It's just, you know, maybe not up to the standard of other Final Fantasies so far. What's better, this or 2? I think I had more fun with 2, to be honest. At least this port of 3. I really do hope that one day we can, and I'm sure we will, play the Famicom or fan-made English version of this game. Because I would love to play the original style, the 2D style, and see if that translates better. Because it feels like the 2D version of this would be Final Fantasy II, but with jobs. And that seems pretty cool. Like, I would like to play that. But this whole 3D thing just isn't... It's not catching me as much. I think one of my biggest problems with this game is it's just kind of an awkward middle ground between retro and not retro. So, like, I think I was talking about this last week, but when I play any Final Fantasy before 7, it's because I expect it to feel retro, right? So when I play Final Fantasy 1, yeah, maybe it's not as good as Final Fantasy X, but I'm in it for a retro experience, and I get the retro experience out of it, and I get nostalgia out of it, and I get the nice bit tunes, and, you know, like, there's certain aspects of it being old that I enjoy. But with this game, it's almost like modern, but with all of the problems of retro games. You know what I mean? Like, it feels modern with its graphics and its control and everything, but then it has all the problems of retro games being, like, grindy and not having a lot to do and being relatively simple in terms of its battle, and the models are 3D, but they're not great looking, and the music feels like it should be better given that it's modern, but it's I do like the music, but yeah. It's just this awkward transition phase. This game kind of feels like Wrath of Cortex to me. You know what I mean? Where it's just that awkward, like, well, we had to get it on PS2, but it's not really ready for PS2 yet. That's how this kind of feels. I just don't really know. I don't think the 3D was necessary. I never would have thought I wanted Final Fantasy III in 3D. I would much rather the 2D version looking like super nice on the DS. My other big issue with this game is I don't know why it's on the DS. It really does not utilize the DS in any notable way. It doesn't use the top screen barely at all. Doesn't use the stylus. If you were gonna make it, if you were gonna remake it for DS in particular, they could have done something. I don't know. Like, even if it was just stupid gimmick, just something. Put in like a little mini game when you get the chocobos. Instead of just walking up and you get the chocobo. Do like a little mini game where you gotta like draw a chocobo or something, I don't know. You gotta chase the chocobo with your stylus, like anything. I don't see the purpose of remaking the game in 3D and then changing almost nothing. Like, one or the other. Either remake it or don't. But, yeah. Just doesn't feel like it needed to be remade. Also, you know, I'm saying this now, but take this with a grain of salt, because I have not completed the game yet. But to me, I don't really like the job system a lot, because I feel like the older jobs are better than the newer ones. Like, the knight is a better warrior. That's pretty self-explanatory. But the other ones I kept the same, because I didn't, like, the newer ones weren't better, they were just different, which maybe that was kind of the point. But I do kind of wish it was more like Final Fantasy 1, where you just got an upgrade to your classes. Because I don't want to change to something that's just different and then have to re-level up again. You know? Like, I'm okay with all the jobs being balanced, but then in that case, maybe the ones that I unlocked should have started on level, like, 10. Just so you don't have to start at level 1. And level them all up again. Because, like, the game's already grindy enough with just the fact that the dungeons are pretty hard. I don't need more grinding, you know? Oh my goodness, Darth! With the $100 donation to add Ghost to the Platinum list. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know this is gonna be weird to say, okay? You just have to trust me on this. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, the $100 or Ghost being on the Platinum list. Because that's pretty exciting. I've wanted to play Ghost for a while. And I wanted to play it after Nioh, and we finished Nioh a bit ago. So, now's the time. I love the dancing bonies with Darth spelled in between. That's pretty great. Yeah, man. That's gonna be fun. Playing Ghost is gonna be a blast. Thank you so much, Darth. I'll add that when we're done with 3 today. That might have to be my first PS5 game. First game to play on PS5. Ghost. What a way to start, right? How do you see the list? Exclamation mark trophy quest. All one word. Or those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can go to fortproductions.com and then there's a link up top. We're going to be doing a lot of trophy quests next year. This year, we didn't get to do a lot of trophy quests because the remake came out, and then the Final Fantasy VII speedrun exploded. And then, you know what happened, and it's been a crazy year. So we didn't get to do as much trophy quests as we wanted. But next year, we're going to go pretty hard on trophy quest, which I'm excited about. Yeah, maybe. That'd be great if I could get Ghost on a discount for Black Friday. I'll have to keep an eye out. I'm glad to hear that it doesn't have bad trophies, because a lot of those Dark Souls-y type... Ghost isn't really Dark Souls-y like, but a lot of the like action-adventure games of today have really kind of crappy trophies at times, like Nioh. Nioh's trophy list was okay, but it had a couple that were like little yikes that took a while. And same with the Dark Souls games, they always have one that's like, collect every ring, and you're like, great. You know? Yeah, it's really nice, actually. I don't think I ever told you guys, I did finish Nioh's DLC off stream. We planned on doing Nioh's DLC on stream, but after getting the Platinum, everyone was kind of done with the game because it took so long. So I decided to do the DLC off stream. It was alright. It actually wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It was kind of just more levels, which is what I figured it would be. The final DLC was cool. But for the most part, it was just more... It was just more levels. Nioh 1. It had 4 DLCs, I think. It was just kind of more Nioh. Which, if you like Nioh, it's perfect DLC. It's just more Nioh. But yeah, I do kind of wish it was a bit more. The DLC wasn't super expensive though, and I got the definitive edition with everything included anyways. So I tell you what, man, Nioh 1. I forget what it's called. I don't think it's called the Definitive Edition, but whatever they called their Definitive Edition thing. If you've never played Nioh and you find that thing on sale, holy cow. The amount of bang for your buck you get with Nioh is insane. It took me like 120 hours or something to do everything in the main game. And then there was still like the 4 DLCs. For trophy quests, I don't include DLC trophies because they're not included in the Platinum. But like, if I really like the game, I'll certainly get the DLC trophies if I can. It just so happens that DLC trophies tend to always be terrible. I don't know why, but I've kind of noticed, for some reason, DLC trophies more often than not, I don't end up getting them all, even for games that I really like, just because they tend to be like really annoying. How's this grind going? We're getting 230 XP. Is that even enough to matter? Or do I need to go, like, into a dungeon or something? No. We'll be here all day. I wonder what dungeon I could go into that would, get me more experience. I can't get in my boat with the chocobo, right? That stinks. Me. Probably the one up here. There was a question that someone asked and I missed it. Oh, Seth asked about the rhythm game. Yeah, it's the Kingdom Hearts new rhythm game is really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I think I talked about it last week too, but if you're into Kingdom Hearts or rhythm games, it's a great game. If you're not into Kingdom Hearts or rhythm games, it would be the worst purchase ever. Because that's all it is. It's just Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. But it's really good. It's really well made. Let's see what's in this. Okay. Not what I was looking for. What's up, Draco? What's up, Marsh? You shouldn't really have to grind? Well, seeing as though I got two-shotted by the boss in this dungeon I have to do. I have to. But I agree, this is kind of an awkward place to have to grind. I don't mind it that much, but just saying. The game is definitely more grindy than a standard RPG, in my opinion. Can you review the games on the PlayStation Store again? Sure, they're bad. Review over. They're bad and I can't buy them, so. Yo, Mr. Donka! Happy birthday, man. Feels birthday, man. Hold on. I gotta get a Feels birthday, man in the chat. There we go. Mission accomplished. What's the next game you plan on picking up after Hollow Knight Plat? So we have a couple Platinums we're working on right now. The Hollow Knight Plat is the one I'm working on the most because it takes practice. So I've been practicing that. We also have Crash Bandicoot 4 we're working on. A couple like really lengthy ones that we're just jumping in and out of, like Dead Cells, Disgaea 5, and Monster Hunter World. And then, in terms of like the next game I'm going to tackle head on, Skyrim we're going to return to, and probably Ghost. Yo, Darth with a gifted sub as well. Sins, welcome to the crew, man. Crazy Bone. .420 blaze it. Why does Ark punch? Does he not have a weapon? Also, these guys are giving me the same XP. What the heck? Where do I go to get decent XP around here? I finally noticed? Bro, it's the second fight in here. Calm down. Oh, you mean this? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why he has nothing equipped. Maybe... Did I switch his class at like the end of yesterday or last week and just didn't equip him? Anyway, what do I want to give you? I guess the staff. I do have 2 of them, so... Do I give him a shield? I mean, I guess I could give him a sword, but why bother, right? So what in the world? Where should I go to grind? Everything's giving me the same XP. This is the cave, right? Yeah. Owen. There even fights. Yeah, Cuphead is definitely one of the ultimate get good games. Doesn't really give you much to work. Oh, great. Even less XP. Fantastic. How's it going, Turbo? The game doesn't give you much to work with. Like, once you get to a boss, it's just beat it. What's going on right here? Can't land there. Why is there random forest? A Kane, thank you so much for the 8 months. Welcome back, dude. I found a bear and a bee. How's it going, Witch? I am enjoying it. I have my gripes, but I'm enjoying it. It's good to have you here. Great. Even less XP. Dude, I have a new problem with this game. It's extremely grindy, and I don't know where to grind. The only place that feels like I can grind is the dungeon that I need to go to, but I can't save in that dungeon. Oh, don't you hate it when your coaster picks up with your cup and then the coaster drops in your lap? You're not a fan of the MIDI trumpet sound? I feel like someone was making the song and then he was just like, it's missing something. And then he found that trumpet and he was like, this is it. Meh, meh. Something's missing in this song. What is it? Meh, meh, meh. Perfect. Now it is complete. Inn is so weird. Yeah, so I don't know where to go to grind. Let me see something. What's the last dungeon we did? It was the fire dungeon. So yeah, the fire dungeon would be the best place to grind. But those enemies give me like 200... Maybe I just got a bad fight. Like, maybe I just need to get stronger fights in the fire dungeon. Because that was the last dungeon we did. There's random encounters, but I can't save. So I don't want to grind in that dungeon, because if I die, I lose it all. And I can't leave. That's the part I wasn't really saying. I can't leave. As soon as I enter the town, it kicks you into that dungeon and you can't leave. That's why I'm kind of stuck. Most of the time in RPGs, you could just go to where you need to go, kill some enemies, run away until you get strong enough, but this is one of those rare circumstances where you get locked in. And so I'm in a position where I'm locked into this dungeon and can't get out, and I don't have anywhere on the world map that's really good for grinding. So I'm kind of in a pickle. Nope, I can't teleport out. Once I'm in there, I'm stuck, and I can't save either. I don't want to use my magic, it takes too long. It's not like I'm in any danger. How's it going, Monster Hunter? Which dungeon is it? That flying dungeon in the desert. The great tree thing. Oh my. Raffia ain't screwing around. Well, I mean, 200 XP is not a lot, but it is something, I guess. Leveling up in this game is pretty slow. We're only level 20. Everybody's about to go up a level, and then maybe we'll go try the dungeon again. Thoughts on a weighted blankie? Wait, who's talking about blankies? Yeah, we have a... Well, we didn't have a weighted blankie. Someone else had a weighted blankie for Simon. I think they're pretty nice. Yeah, I think one thing that'll help, because like Lunith, Ark, and Refia's job levels are all pretty high because I didn't change them. But I changed Ingus to a knight, so his job level went to 1. So if I get his job level up to somewhere nice, that would help out. Because right now he's at a disadvantage. God, no experience. Garbage. Well, I missed this weighted blankie conversation. I don't see anyone talking about blankies. And then suddenly you were just like, so speaking about blankies, I don't see anyone talking about blankets. I think you're playing me. Yeah, his job level's only 6, so you gotta get that up. I don't know. So we're talking about blankets now. Let's talk about blankets. Do you think using like his moves would make his job level go up faster? This chat is a blanket. Warm and friendly. No, I don't want to hear about job levels. I am very committed to figuring this game out myself so that when I do a review of it at the end of Fantathon, I can be like, I got none of this. I didn't get this game at all. This one is definitely not as bad to understand as like 1 and 2, I would say. The job levels are generally okay to understand. But I do wonder if there's any way to go up job levels faster, or if it's just experience. I don't think I'll ever associate this game with blankets because it is not warm and friendly. This game is cold and mean. I mean, I'd like to try out other classes too. The problem is, I don't want to be playing this until 2025. Like, why would I switch classes now? Then I'll be grinding for another 80 years. That's my issue. Like, I feel like the second wave of jobs should have started at level 20 or something. Because they're just not very enticing when they start at level 1. The only reason I changed Ingus is because the knight is literally just a better warrior. So it's like, okay, it'll be worth it in the end. But I see no reason to like ever change Refia. She is just going to continue to be really strong. And if I change her to another class, she'll be super weak forever. Until I grind for another 2 hours. Are we at the fun part? Yeah, this is where we talk about blankets. I don't think there's a curve, because Ingus is not going up levels very fast. He's only 7. I think the main problem is there's just nowhere for me to grind, though. This is the hardest dungeon on the world map, and it gives me like 200 XP a fight. If that. Maybe I picked a bad time to change jobs. Well, I changed jobs when it gave me new jobs, so if it was a bad time, then I blame the game. Maybe... I guess I could just teleport out, so I might as well run through the dungeon. I don't remember there being that many different enemies down here, though. Would I be bored already if I were playing it off stream? Maybe. I think that one benefit to this game is that it's on a handheld console. So perhaps I would have, you know, played it in smaller increments and I wouldn't have gotten as bored. If this were on console, I don't think I'd ever turn on the console to play it, to be honest. Like, the thought of turning on a console to stick this in and just run around and grind doesn't sound great. Like, don't get me wrong, I turn on my PS4 console to grind Genshin for no reason. But, like, the story of this game is not grabbing me enough. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing here that's like, I can't wait to get to the next part. I'm just kind of going through the motions right now. Nothing is really keeping me hooked. There's no hook factor in this game. It's kind of like, Well, time to grind for the next dungeon. There's nothing super exciting going on in the story or really interesting dungeon concepts that are makes me want to get to the next part, or the hook factor really isn't there. Even the dungeons themselves are kind of lame. Like, this one was a lava dungeon, that's cool. The next one's a tree. Whoopee. I can't wait to do the tree dungeon. I'm not really hooked on the whole quest either, because, like, the quest is kind of just find crystals. Kind of like Final Fantasy 1, but not as exciting. You know one little thing that's kind of funny? I didn't even, like, think about it. But I kind of forgot that the main quest of this game was looking for crystals. Because, like, you kind of forget about it until you find the next one. But, even in Final Fantasy 1, like, sure, the only quest was to find the crystals, and there was pretty much no plot. But one cool thing that they did in Final Fantasy 1 is when you paused the game, it showed you the crystals, which oddly gave me kind of an incentive to keep playing, because I could see my progress, you know? Here, I can't see my progress. Like, when we started the game, I legitimately forgot what we were doing, because it's just like, oh, go do the next dungeon. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but to me, I feel like there's just no hook to continue. The reason I'm continuing is because of Final Fantathon. And I'm not exactly bored with the game, it's just I'm not excited to get to the next dungeon. Like, I'm not excited to see where the story goes, or excited what the next dungeon's gonna be, or excited to see the new classes, because I didn't even use any of the new classes except Knight. Compare that to, like, Final Fantasy X, where you're going to different temples and getting new summons at each temple, or 7, where you're constantly getting new materia to come up with new combinations and see what Sephiroth's up to and see what each character's storylines end up, or Final Fantasy IX, where all the characters are going through personal journeys and there's the mist and all this stuff that's going on. Like, well, your message will get flagged as backseating if it's backseating. So, don't. It should be pretty obvious if it's backseating or not. And like I said, even Final Fantasy 1, at least I had a little, like, thing in the menu that was like, this is how many crystals you have currently, and it kind of gave me incentive to keep going. Final Fantasy 2 also had the same issue, but I do feel like at least with Final Fantasy 2, we were in a quest to find our friend. You know, like, until the end, we never found our friend. So, like, there was always that looming, like, I wonder what our, you know, if our friend is still alive or not. So that was at least some kind of incentive to continue. And maybe there'll be more incentive here in a bit, but right now, it's pretty drab. It's like, go do the next dungeon to talk to another crystal to defeat darkness, I guess. You know? It's not much urgency or anything to look forward to. You can't remember if I did something in the game from earlier on? You could PM someone and ask. Retro would probably know. UPM Retro. Starting to like the knight more. I don't know if, like, guarding makes the enemy attack us more. Attack him more, but it seems like every time I guard, they attack the knight. Making the knight actually useful. Okay, thanks, Mavic. Yeah, I actually have to do that, because I installed the old one. Actually, I think mine's right, because I used my original installer, like I kept the files. So I think we're all good. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, after Final Fantasy 3 today, we're going to be playing the Sauce mod again, which is the community-made Final Fantasy 7 mod that is nothing but memes. So, it's going to be a blast. Oh, okay, Mavic. I'll fix that then. So that's going to be an absolute blast. It's the first time we've played it since that video that I made on it. How's it going, Magi? Alright, let's go this way and save and then give it another shot. We're playing this on an original Nintendo DS. Original model DS. As always, as original as we can possibly go. While still staying in official release. Yeah, this is the PS5. I ordered a PS5 from GameStop and they sent me this. I think I got duped. Actually, let's just do this. I tell you what, I've seen those RTX memes. That was hilarious. The 0.5th time I looked at it. I would say the first time, but more like halfway through the first time I was like, heh. And then after that the joke was already stale. The amount of, like, without RTX on, and it's like a picture of Minecraft, and then with RTX on, and it's like a real-life picture. It's like, that's so funny. That's such a hilarious joke. Yeah, they just stole my HD glasses joke. Those joke stealers. Maybe when I do get a PS5 and I turn on RTX and then I put my HD glasses on, I'll like travel to the future or something. Little did they know that that's like the combination they needed to go forward in time. Everyone that's ever tried to figure out time travel. Like, oh, something about quantum physics? No. PS5, HD glasses, RTX equals time travel. The true VR experience. I get sucked into the computer. Whoa! Sucked into the PS5.